d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, c6, knight c3, a6, e3, bishop f5, queen b3, rook a7, a4, e6, a5, knight b d7, knight h4, bishop e4, bishop e2, bishop d6, bishop d2, castle kingside, f3, bishop g6, knight takes g6, h takes g6, c5, bishop c7, queen a2, e5, b4, knight h5, castle queenside, queen f6, g4, e takes d4, knight b1, d takes e3, bishop c3, bishop e5, bishop takes e5, knight takes e5, g takes h5, g takes h5, queen b2, rook a8, queen d4, rook a e8, f4, knight g6, queen takes f6, g takes f6, rook d4, f5, knight c3, king g7, bishop takes h5, rook h8, bishop takes g6, f takes g6, knight e2, rook h4, king c2, rook e8, rook d3, g5, rook takes e3, g takes f4, rook f3, rook takes h2, rook takes h2, rook takes h2, king d3, king f6, knight takes f4, rook b2, king c3, rook h2, rook e3, rook h4, rook f3, rook g4, knight d3, rook c4, check, king d2, rook e4, rook h3, f4, rook h6, check, king g5, rook h7, f3, rook takes b7, rook e2, check, King C3, King G4, Rook G7 check, King H4, Rook G6, F2, Knight takes F2, Rook takes F2, Rook takes C6, Rook F4, Rook D6, Rook C4 check, King B3, Rook D4, Rook takes A6, King G5, Rook D6, King F5, A6, King E5, A7, Rook D3 check, King A4, Rook D1, Rook takes D5 check,